Once upon a time, in a bygone era, there lived a wealthy man of high social standing. As the years passed, he began to realize that the afflictions of old age spare neither the rich nor the poor. In this revelation, he found a profound insight. The realization that the suffering brought by age was indiscriminate and affected all beings regardless of their social status weighed heavily on his mind. So, driven by a yearning for deeper meaning and understanding, he made a life-altering decision. He chose to relinquish his riches and the privileges that came with his high social status. He embarked on a journey into the tranquil embrace of the forest, where he would renounce worldly wealth and live as a humble monk. In the forest's serenity, he dedicated himself to the practice of meditation, nurturing his inner world. With each passing day, he honed his mental faculties, gradually freeing himself from the shackles of unwholesome thoughts that had once clouded his mind. As he delved deeper into the realms of introspection, his contentment and happiness flourished. There, in the heart of the forest, he discovered an unshakable peace. The tranquility that had eluded him in his opulent past had now become an integral part of his existence. His newfound peacefulness radiated an irresistible aura of friendliness, drawing curious seekers to his side. A community of 500 individuals gathered around him, eager to learn from his wisdom. In those ancient days, most monks carried an air of solemnity, but this particular monk, dignified yet unique, wore a perpetual smile. No matter the circumstance, his face bore the glimmer of inner happiness. Even on occasions of joy, his smile was the broadest and his laughter the warmest. People were intrigued by his constant happiness. Monks and lay people alike would inquire about the source of his perpetual joy, to which he would reply with a chuckle, "If I told you, you wouldn't believe me, and if you deemed it a falsehood, it would be a disservice to my revered master." The wise elderly monk understood the wellspring of happiness that radiated from his cheerful disciple. Recognizing the profound source of this inner delight, he appointed the joyous monk as his chief assistant. The passing of time brought the end of the rainy season. The chief monk and his 500 followers decided to journey back to the city. The compassionate king, concerned about the aging monk's health and well-being, approached him with genuine sincerity. The king spoke, "Your Reverence, you are now frail and elderly. What purpose does it serve to return to the forest? I humbly beseech you to allow your followers to return while you remain here." The chief monk pondered this thought and, with wisdom, chose his number one assistant to lead the other monks. In deference to the king's wishes, he decided to stay behind, allowing the younger monk to oversee the community. As the 500 monks returned to the forest, the old monk remained in the city. His number one assistant continued to practice meditation in the forest, delving deeper into the realms of wisdom and peace. In this pursuit, he found a profound happiness that transcended even his previous state of joy. Missing his old master, the joyous monk yearned to share the boundless happiness he had discovered, and so he embarked on a journey back to the city, to the presence of his beloved mentor. Upon his return, he found solace in sitting at the feet of the old monk. Their interactions were not characterized by an abundance of words, but rather by the shared understanding of their inner experiences. In this reunion, there was a conspicuous presence of pure, unbounded joy. This was the happiness born of wisdom, the inner peace that emanated from the elder monk's countenance. The king also came to visit, paying his respects to the chief monk. However, as he approached the duo, the joyous monk continued to utter the words, "What happiness! Oh, what happiness!" The king, perplexed and slightly offended by the monk's constant utterance, commented to the elder monk's senior disciple, "Venerable sir, it seems this monk is quite foolish from overindulgence in happiness. Is he idling his time away here, basking in leisure?" The senior disciple replied, "O king, please have patience, for I shall elucidate the source of his unceasing joy. not many are privy to this knowledge. He continued, "Once this joyful monk was a king as prosperous and powerful as you are today. However, he willingly chose to relinquish his royal life and be ordained as a monk. In his transformation, he discovered a happiness he had never known before. He is no longer bound by the worries of material wealth that need protection. His inner wisdom safeguards him, and he has progressed in meditation to attain a profound state of tranquility. This is the source of his boundless happiness." The king, now enlightened, realized the depths of the joyful monk's happiness. He felt at ease, knowing the origin of his unending joy. The king honored both the chief monk and his assistant and returned to the palace, his heart filled with newfound understanding and peace. The joyful monk, having paid his respects to his master and to the king, returned to the serene forest. The old chief monk continued to reside there for the rest of his life, and upon his passing, he was reborn in a higher heavenly realm. In this story, we learn a valuable lesson. True happiness isn't found in the external possessions, wealth, or power we accumulate. It is an inner state of being. If we remain unattached to material wealth and power, we create the space for happiness to flourish. By searching within, understanding our emotions, and perceiving life from a place of wisdom, we uncover the wellspring of true happiness. In the end, it's not about the external world, but the inner journey that leads us to lasting joy. This is Inspira Motivation Stories, reminding you that to find happiness, you must understand yourself and your inner world. It's not about the external, but the internal, the path to enduring joy. If you are new, please comment below about the story and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.